Very good morning to all respected participants. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome all for the day 4 of our faculty development program. Today we will explore topic on case study method of teaching, and this is considered to be one of the most powerful learner centered method in teaching. Traditional teaching often focuses on delivering information, but effective teaching requires engaging students in thinking, analysis, and decision making. The case study method enables this transformation. In this session, we will discuss how case-based teaching can strengthen classroom interaction, improve critical thinking, and bridge the theory with real-life application. Let us go to the learning objectives of day 4 faculty development program on case study based method of teaching. So let us discuss the learning objectives one after the other. By the end of this today's session, participants will be able to understand the concept of case based teaching, explore steps involved in designing and facilitating case discussions, and apply case study methods to improve classroom engagement and student learning outcomes. Our objective is not merely to understand the theory of case studies, but to examine how teachers can use them effectively in actual practice. So it is the role of teacher to implement the case study based method of teaching in classroom discussion more lively and interactive in front of the students, not just simply explaining the theory, the concepts that has been given in the case study. Now let us discuss the problem statement. What is the case study method? The case study method is a learner-centered teaching approach in which students examine real or simulated situations. Instead of receiving ready-made answers, students investigate a particular problem, analyze the facts, evaluate alternatives, and recommend solutions. This method connects theoretical knowledge with practical realities. It transforms the classroom from information delivery spaces into a problem solving environments. In short, case study teaching encourages students not just to know but to think. Why case study teaching is considered to be very important and significant in nature? First, it promotes active learning. Students become participants rather than passive listeners. Second, it develops analytical and problem solving abilities. Third, it improves communication and collaboration through discussion and debate. And finally, it encourages reflective thinking, where learners examine not only what decisions are made, but why they are made. And this is why the case teaching is widely used in management, law, medicines, and increasingly used in engineering educations nowadays. Let us see what are the different methods of case-based teaching. Let us see the classifications. First one, descriptive method of case study. So this method helps the students to understand the primary situations and the context. Problem solving cases. Here we are supposed to identify the issues and generate the solution accordingly. Decision making cases. Focus on unexpected events and responses. Under each type, different teaching objectives and the solution methodologies were adapted. The educator must choose the case study method of teaching aligned with the learning outcomes. Let us now discuss the steps involved in case study method of teaching. Successful case study method of teaching follows certain systematic steps as listed here. First, select a relevant case study topic for live discussion. Second, define the clear learning outcomes. Third, provide sufficient background information. Fourth, facilitate analysis and structure the discussions. Finally, synthesize various key lessons and connect them to theory. Without proper planning, the case discussions can become unfocused and biased. Now let us define the role of teacher under case study based method of teaching. In case study method of teaching, the teacher's role changes significantly. The teacher is not merely a lecturer but a facilitator. The teacher poses probing questions, guides discussion, manages participation, and helps students to connect practical analysis with conceptual understanding. The educator creates the learning process, but the students construct much of the learning. What could be the role of students and in case study method of teaching? Students also take a significant new role in the classroom. They must read and analyze the case very carefully. They identify issues, examine alternatives, and participate actively in discussion. They should defend decisions with evidence, not opinion alone. This process develops reasoning confidence and professional judgment. Let us now see the standard process adapted for case study discussion for teaching learning. A well-managed case study discussion often follow certain stages as given here. First, introduce the case study topic in align with the objectives and learning outcomes. Second, allow individual reflection on the students. Third, move to small group analysis. Fourth, conduct the whole class discussion. Finally, debrief it and conclude with key takeaways. This progression supports deeper engagement and avoids superficial discussion. What are the standard questioning techniques to be followed under case study based method of teaching? Questioning is the heart of case study method of teaching. You have to ask students what is the core problem, what alternatives exist to solve the problem, what evidence support your position, what would you recommend and why. Such questions stimulate higher order thinking rather than memorized responses. The quality of question often determines the quality of learning. Now let us see the assessment in case study method of teaching. How do we assess learning in case study method of teaching? Participation rubrics can evaluate the engagement and the frequency of students' contributions in classroom discussions. Case analysis reports, say written assignments demonstrating the depth of analysis and synthesis. Then presentations, oral delivery of findings given by the students, solutions, recommendations, and further justifications. Personal documentation of insights, learning, and self-assessment. So these are the way in which we can assess the quality of the material ideas provided by the students as a teacher. At the outset, the assessment should focus not only on the final answer, but on the thinking process of students. What are the benefits of case study method? It offers several numerous benefits. First one, it provides real world relevance. It increases the students' engagement. It promotes deeper understanding and it develops decision making skills essential for professional practice. Students learn how to apply concepts, not just simply recalling them. What are the various challenges and solutions? Like any teaching method, case study method of teaching has challenges. Some students may not participate actively in the group. The solution is to use structured prompt. Time management may be difficult for some students. Solution is clear discussion stages. Weak preparation can reduce effectiveness. Solution is sharing guiding questions beforehand. Effective case teaching anticipates challenges and addresses them proactively. In today's higher education institutes, how case study method of teaching can be better utilized. Let us see the application. The case study teaching can be applied across various disciplines. In engineering, it can be used for discussing the design failures or operational problems in the product. In management for strategic decisions. In teacher education for classroom dilemmas. In healthcare and social sciences for professional judgment scenarios. Its strength lies majorly within the adaptability and flexibility how we are going to take it for classroom discussion. What are the best practices under this method? To use case study methods effectively, follow the best practices. Use authentic and updated case studies. Select case studies based on the current events for maximum relevance. align with learning outcomes. Every case study should directly map to the specific competencies and course objectives. Encourage different viewpoints. Create an inclusive environment where varied perspective enrich the discussion. Summarize the key takeaways very clearly. Under each discussion, at the end of each discussion, based on the certain hypothesis, connect the discussion exactly to the theory. And you should remember the discussion itself is not the end. The learning drawn from it is the real outcome. Before I conclude today's program, the Day 4 Faculty Development Program, I would like to give the overall summary what we have discussed in the current progress. So today we started the basic importance of case study method of teaching, followed by the program objectives and what are the different method of the case study followed in teaching standards, various the questioning techniques to be adapted for effective discussion within the classroom. In addition to that, we have gone through the challenges and remedial measures to overcome the challenges. As a whole, I conclude that the case study method transforms the student learners from passive listeners into active thinkers. It strengthens the analysis, judgment, and application. For teacher, it creates a rich learning experiences. For students, it prepares them for real-world complexity. When used effectively, the case method makes teaching more engaging, meaningful, and highly impactful. We have came to the end of the today's session. Thank you very much for your active participation. I hope this session has offered a lot of practical insights into using case study method of teaching for better effectiveness and active engagement of students in the classroom. Thank you all, and I welcome your future support for the subsequent Day 5 Faculty Development Program on pitching innovative teaching learning practices. Once again, I thank all the participants for coming over here through virtual platform.